Are the reps you putting in building your life or detracting from your life? Because every choice we make, every decision, everything that we do either moves us towards the life that we want or away from the life that we want. God, sometimes my eloquence with language is just phenomenal. But it's the truth. You're either continuing down the path that you're at or you're building towards something better. Every action, every choice, every rep is another brick in a life that you're choosing. Now the problem is that most people live completely unconsciously. That they live in an unconscious reps, and they're putting in reps that continue the path that they don't want to be on, that they don't want to be a part of. They are feeding this addiction. And I use that term deliberately because, well, we're addicted to comfort. We're addicted to this life that we're already in. We're addicted to this place that has gotten us this far. So we continue to make those choices. So when you analyze your life, when you look at it and go, I don't like the life I'm currently leading. I am not happy with where I'm at in life, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, any of those things. If you aren't happy with where you are, well, now you need to take a serious look at the choices that you're making. Because every choice that continues down that path is just reaffirming your addiction. Neurons that fire together wire together. If we continue to make the same choices that we've been making, if we continue down this pathway, you're just making it harder and harder to break. Part of the reason why I talk about no days off, that it's every single day, is because we are wired for comfort. Don't get me wrong, I understand exactly why you want to choose comfort. I understand why you are built towards this. I understand why it's so incredibly difficult to break free from that place. Because, well, it's been hardwired into you. Every choice you have made up until this point in your life has led you to this moment. You're addicted to that. As I said, you're addicted to the comfort. And you are addicted to finding the easiest way. And more often than not, we will continue to find the easiest way to the place that is known. Even if you hate it, even if it's deeply, deeply uncomfortable, most people will continue to stay exactly where they are because they know that hell. It's the version of better the devil you know. It's better to stay stuck somewhere that you don't like because you know exactly how that plays out, versus risking it for something that could be great, for something that you deeply want, to build the life that you want more than anything. It's easier to stay exactly where you are than push forward into that. And this is where that problem arises. And it's why, as I said, it's every single day. Because when it's every single day, when there are no days off, when there is no exception to the rule, well, all of a sudden, you are very rapidly wiring your brain to go, this is the new normal. But it's also why, generally speaking, those first couple of weeks are really, really difficult. Because your brain's going, oh, we don't like this. And it's why usually it takes such immense amount of pain, such immense amount of discomfort to actually break free. Because, well, as I said, it's really, really uncomfortable those first couple of weeks. But the way you override that is that the motivation is so high to break free for the life that you're currently in. The motivation is so incredibly high that you get pumped up for it. You're like, yeah, I'm ready for this. It's like a kid on Christmas. I'm ready to do this. You're high, and it's exciting, and it's new, and everything is brand new. So you're willing to deal with that discomfort while it's new and exciting and the motivation is high. But the second that motivation wears off, if you haven't fully begun the rewiring process, shit will get really, really difficult. All of a sudden, you'll find it really, really hard to push through those choices. And you'll find that you fall back to those addictions. Remember, 1 time's a mistake, twice is the start of a new habit. That's why there's no days off. This is why that's no exception. It's why I always think that doing it for 5 days and then having 2 days off for the weekend is just insanity. Because come Monday, you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to borrow this. Because you've started to rewire again. You've started a new habit, but you haven't solidified that habit. And beyond that, even if you do, even if you put in the work, and you build it, and you build it, and you build it, and you build it, we are so wired for comfort that if anything derails us enough, lo and behold, we'll be back where we started. Just like that. That's why I think it's something like 99% of people who achieve great weight loss within 5 years will have put the weight back on. Because if you don't actually address the underlying personality of who you are, not just rewire your brain, but change who you are fundamentally as a person, chances of you following through and actually doing the work are next to none. It is why most people will never truly change. And it's why it is so damn important. And it's why I harp on about 126 degrees, 126 days with no exception, with no days off, with no back steps. And if you reach day 125 and you fuck it all up, you start again at day 1. Why? Because we are changing who you are fundamentally as a person. We are rewriting your coding. We are reframing it all to make you into a different man, a man who can do the work that is necessary. That is the point of why we do this. That is the point of why we show up this way. That is the point of all of the things that we do. That we are building you into a different beast. And like I've said many, many times before, this shit is damn simple. Damn simple. Like, it's unbelievable how simple this process is. It ain't easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's simple. It's 126 days, no exceptions, no days off, no missteps, just doing the work, day in, day out. It's very simple. It's not easy. And I was listening to this thing the other day, and they were talking about how the barrier to entry is so low because so many people won't do the bare minimum. And there was a guy and he was talking about it and he was like, I give people 2 tasks. And if they do that every single day for 6 weeks and it doesn't transform their life, I'll give them their money back. He's like, do you know how many people actually completed it? Actually did it. 1 out of 100. 1 out of 100 people. And the task was simply have a Google Doc and at the start of the day, write down everything you're going to do. And at the end of the day, write down everything you actually did. That's it. Like, it doesn't get any more basic than that. And he's like, you do that and you do it for 6 weeks and that doesn't change your life, I'll give you your money back. 1 out of 100 completed that as a task. And this is why I still love, I have someone who loves this saying. And I love it too, but it now brings me an extra smile. It's why the bar is on the fucking floor. Because if that's the standard, if that's all you have to do to separate yourself, and that someone will guarantee that'll change your life, that simple task will change your motherfucking life. And most people can't do it. With a guarantee of a refunded money if it doesn't happen. course people aren't going to do 126 to greatness, because that's scary and daunting. That's why the people who do worlds change at such a phenomenal level. As I've said time and time again, and I will say it till the day I die, this isn't a fitness program. This is becoming the greatest version of you program. Fitness is a nice byproduct, and the six-pack is a nice byproduct. This is about you becoming a beast of a man, a monster, the greatest version of you. It's about the discipline, it's the mindset, it's the what's between your ears. It's that squishy grey matter on top of your shoulders. That's what we're working on, and that's what's going to change, and that's what's going to make you a different animal. If you can follow through on this, if you can do what is necessary, it is unbelievable who you can become on the other side. Unbelievable what you could achieve. But so few are willing to even enter the arena. That those who are doing it, and even if they think it's poorly executed or they're ashamed of where they're at, if you are in the arena, you are light years ahead of everybody else. But it's about continuing to do the work. It's about repeating that effort over and over and over again. Because doing so will change who you are. And that is actually the goal. It's about fundamentally changing who you are. People are like, oh, but I don't want to change who I am. I like who I am. Do you? This is a question of introspection now. Do you? Or do you just say that? Because here's the sucker punch, buttercup. If you hate your life, you don't like who you are. Because on top of that, you aren't willing to do the work that is necessary to get out of it. So you don't like yourself or love yourself enough to invest into yourself to change your circumstances. So you don't like you. In fact, you probably hate you because you aren't willing to do the work. You aren't willing to invest time, money, effort into who you are to become a better version of yourself. And I would take it a step further, and I'm sure this will ruffle some feathers and put some panties in a knot, but I don't think you love those around you. I don't. If you aren't willing to sacrifice the things that don't serve you, your sedation points, whether that be food, alcohol, drugs, porn, TV, social media, video games, all the things that you are sedating from doing the work that will get you to the point in life that you want, I don't think you love those around you. I don't think you love your wife, your children, your kids, because you are being a selfish prick. You are choosing your comfort and ease. Even though you hate where you are, you're still choosing your comfort and ease over what is necessary for them. What is necessary to become the greatest version of you. And that makes you a prick. That makes you a selfish asshole. And that becomes the question. Don't do it for you. Do it for them. Do it for them. For those who love and adore you. Because they are worth it. Because they deserve it. Stop being selfish. Stop choosing the easy way out. Stop choosing to avoid the work. Remember, the magic is on the other side of the work that you were avoiding. And no, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, it's probably going to be incredibly uncomfortable. But it'll be worth it. And not only do you deserve it, but they deserve it. They deserve the greatest version of you. They deserve the version of you who isn't selfish, who isn't self-centered, who isn't avoiding the work because it's uncomfortable in the moment. It's like I spoke about the other day. There is a price to be paid. You can pay it now, in effort, in sweat, in intensity, in focus, in drive. Or you can pay it later in disease and disappointment, in regret, in pain, in suffering, in a life that you hate and you cannot change. The The piper must be paid at some point. You just choose when and with what. So the question becomes, are you going to continue to be a selfish asshole? Are you going to continue to fail and let down your family and those who love and adore you? Or is enough enough? And you're going to step the fuck up. And you're going to do better. And you're going to be better. And you're going to choose a better life. Only you can make this decision. Only you can decide for you. Because, well, nobody can do the work for you. You can be held accountable by others, but nobody can do the work that you must do. So I'll leave you with it. Make a decision. Decide what's really important to you. And if you actually love your family enough to step up and become the man you know you should be. That's all I have for you. And I'll talk to you next time.